Thomas. It's really good to see you. I'm excited to talk to you today because you have the third edition of your book coming out, Understanding Your Finances. And I think it's great because not only are you talking about what's in your wheelhouse, which is wealth management, but you've tapped other experts to talk about their specialty. Tell me about it.
Absolutely. I was able to partner with a couple of industry experts on one in the tax space, and then another one actually in the real estate space, who we're going to be bringing on here shortly. I just think that owning homes and understanding mortgages are another part of understanding your finances in regards to building wealth. So I was able to partner with a gentleman by the name of Eric Sultan. He's going to jump on here in a second. And how you doing, Eric? How you feeling today?
Just great. Wonderful. How are you doing, Thomas?
I am phenomenal. I'm really excited about this partnership. He obviously contributed to the book, and just want to give him an opportunity to tell the world who he is. So, Eric, who are you? What do you do? How long have you been in your industry? And what do you think about the partnership in regards to the book and how it can benefit the public?
So I'm a real estate agent in Denver. I've been in this business for the past 15 years. Mm-hmm. I feel like you've made a great choice reaching out to a real estate professional, because I know that you take a holistic view of people's finances and this business. And one of the most important financial decisions that somebody can make is the purchase or sale of a home.
Mm-hmm. Well said, Eric. And I mean, it feels like we were talking about the hot housing market last year, and I feel like it's a whole different story this year. What are your thoughts on current trends in the housing market nationally and locally?
So nationally, we have a lot of extra supply right now. Supply is just building up and demand is falling off a little bit. The government is trying to push demand down by raising interest rates, mm-hmm. in order to stop having so much inflation. And that's going to slow things down. We're seeing it on the ground here in Denver for sure. A little bit less so in Denver than we are in the rest of the country, just because we have about half the amount of inventory, about half the days on market that the rest of the country has. But it feels, after a few years of an insanely strong seller's market, it feels like a much more level, even market right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Got it. Well, let me ask you this, Eric. After reading your contribution and getting it put in the book, and there were some things that were brought to light for me in regards to some different types of strategies to acquire a home. Just to keep it real high level, what are some strategies that home buyers, maybe initial and maybe experienced home buyers or sellers, can employ now to in this market?
I think that the most important thing to remember in this market is that this is not the market from March of 2022 and the year or so before it. Home buyers don't need to be nearly as aggressive as they've been over the past few years. And you don't need to just leave all your money out on the table for the seller anymore. Beyond that, I think there's some amazing financing options right now. A lot of people tend to be frightened of adjustable rate mortgages because there were a lot of people that got in trouble with them back in 2008. But this is a very different market. It's a very different world from where we were back then. Mm-hmm. And I think that there are some amazing 5-year and 7-year adjustable rate mortgages that people can take advantage of. Mm-hmm. I also think that there are some great grants from city to city where people who don't have the kind of down payment money, mm-hmm. that gives you your 10 or 20% might be able to get grants. There are a number of different grants available in Denver, so that people can get in and purchase a home and not be left behind paying rent. In addition to grants, I think that with where interest rates are today and the fact that interest rates are probably going to go up fairly significantly over the next few months. Right now, we're hovering around 6.5% interest rates, mm-hmm. but in the next few months, we're probably looking at hitting 8% interest rates before there's any chance of them coming back down. And there are a lot of assumable loans out there. Every FHA loan and every VA loan are assumable. So you can purchase a home and take advantage of the previous buyer's low interest rate. Some of those interest rates are around 2.5%.
For sure.
So I think that's going to become a much bigger part of the home buying process over the next 12 to 18 months.
Eric, you bring up a really good point. And again, as you mentioned, this is where interest rates sit right now in late September as we record. But as you mentioned, if those rates go up, I think it has a lot of people wondering, do I buy my home now? Do I wait for it to go to 8 and then come back down later? What's the right answer?
Thomas, you got anything?
No, I'm gonna let you answer that question. I think it's a great piece here. Going into the book, because he, a couple of those things that he just stated there are in the book, and I think that's one of the reasons why people should download it. But yeah, for sure, take over that question. Absolutely.
So when you're buying a home for yourself to live in, when you need the house is the time to buy. I've never seen anybody go wrong by buying a house when they needed a house to move into. I think that right now can be a great time to buy, because right now is a time that we know that buyers have some ability to do some negotiation. They have a lot more leverage when it comes to making their purchases than they've had in the past 7 or 8 years. And we don't know how long that's going to last. And so take advantage of that. Interest rates they're going up. So if you're thinking that you're going to get a lower interest rate in 60 or 90 days, that's probably not going to happen. But over the long term, if you have the ability to do some negotiation, you have the ability to pick your house instead of just running out into the market and making offers on everything that's possibly available for you, and then taking the one where the seller chooses you. This is a great time. This is a great time to be a buyer. And then if interest rates do wind up going up from today, well, then you're going to feel really smart to have that 6.5% interest rate when interest rates are at 8. And if interest rates go down to 3, then you can refinance and get into a much lower payment. So in either case, you're probably in good shape buying now, as long as you're financially prepared to make that purchase today.
Sure. Well, Eric, I really appreciate you contributing to the book, and obviously Erin as well. She does a phenomenal job. Definitely download the book. But what is a great place that people can find you if they want to get more information, or if they're actually in the market to buy a home?
Well, they can find me at my website, which is sultannewman.com. That has all of the information anybody's going to need on me.
Perfect. And then Thomas, how do people download the book?
Yes, please get to my website. It's martinheritagegroupllc.com. There's going to be, it's there now. You can pre-order it. But there's a link on the first page to download the book. It will be available on October 17th. So look forward to people downloading it. You can obviously reach out to me if you have any questions at info at martinheritagegroupllc.com as well.
And the book's free.
It's free. Yes.
Don't bury the lead. The book's free, and it's a great resource. That's awesome. All right. Absolutely. Eric, Thomas, thank you both.
Thank you, Erin. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Erin. Thanks, Thomas.